Hi, welcome back to That's Not Real podcast. If you're watching this, you see it, just click the thing down there, subscribe, like, comment, do something. I don't care. You can say I look ugly. Just comment, like it. Episode number 17. So 10.
That's a great number.
17.
So got to get results in
I
17.
forget which way it is, but it's either 21 or 17. Oh, ironically, one of my favorite numbers is the opposite of yours when you do it on the fingers. 17 or 21, and then 21 or 17.
Yeah, see, we're learning some really impressive things. So if you're missing this podcast, I mean, think about all the crazy things you're missing.
So before we get into our topics today, sorry, I was mowing along. I'm not. Do you remember? I know you don't, but blast from the past. Hashtag blast from the past. This towel.
You're asking me if I remember your towel.
Yes.
It looks like a towel, so I'm going to need more.
So this is the same towel. It still lasts. This is how good they made shit back then. Remember when we went to Hampton Beach? We stayed at Blue Jay Motel with your mom and Jim.
Oh, wow.
We played kickball. Christina has pictures of it. Because of the Blue Jay Motel, I wanted the towel. So Blue Jay Motel at Hampton Beach, if you still exist, I used money for a towel. I was like 12, I think.
The stuff is, I remember that. I remember that vacation. I remember the hotel. I mean, we didn't take a ton of vacations growing up, so
Right, exactly.
I remember that hotel, and Hampton Beach is one of my favorite places on earth, except for the water. Like, I love the beach, but that water's so cold.
Yeah, Virginia Beach is cold too. And the first time I got to Florida, I was like, oh, no wonder people really, really love the beach. I get it. I get it now. Like, our skin in New Hampshire would turn blue before you got used to it.
Yeah, and as a kid, you just jump in, you're like, all right, well, whatever. But after, you know the difference. The older you get, you go, oh, this is about to feel some sort of way.
Yeah, you're not scared about your legs not moving when you're a kid. You're like, whatever. So.
But it was still the greatest thing, going to the little arcade on the strip.
And then I don't think that even exists anymore.
I know they had a fire a few years ago that destroyed.
Well, I think
they
they turned it down and turned to something else.
But the Blue Jay Motel, like that motel was awesome.
So the style still exists.
Across the street from the beach. Well, a street across the street from the beach.
Yeah, I just remember those kids were allowed to walk around to the arcade and all this shit
by
themselves.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen nowadays because they wouldn't make it back.
It's a good thing I was a redhead. Otherwise, I probably would have been kidnapped a lot as a kid. No one wanted a ginger. We don't want a ginger kid.
I mean, I'm not a redhead. I wasn't kidnapped.
Yeah, but the area you were, people were going there to kidnap you. Yeah. They were more scared. I thought you had a gun.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're not messing
with
him.
Or a chainsaw.
We're not messing with him. They thought I had a chainsaw?
I don't know. The white boy in that neighborhood, they're not fucking with.
Yeah, I think we're getting a little stereotypical there.
No, kidnappers, yeah, I'll be stereotypical with kidnappers.
Just yeah, I mean, there was a person who walked with an axe, but it wasn't me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who knows what's going on down there?
That is a sight when you see someone get off a bus carrying a hand axe. And you have to walk behind that person.
I was in Georgia recently. I saw a dude walking around with a sword. Like I said, I'm so bad because I love sword. I want to stop by and ask him if he made him because it didn't look like a really nice sword. But I was like, I want to stop and ask him. But I was like, at the same point in time, is he then going to use his sword?
Yeah. So back in the day, that probably would have been normal. It's like a souvenir. He'd probably tell you the whole story of where he got it, how he made it. Now he's probably just a psycho walking around with a sword.
Big dude, muscles like it looked like he came from the gym and he had a sword.
Actually, I'm being honest. If someone is attacking me with a sword, I want it to be a big, heavy guy because I'm hoping he swings it a little slower because they got that bulkiness speed. I don't want someone skinny who could swing the sword fast. I want a chance. I can outrun a big, bulky guy.
I'm running away. I'm just saying.
Exactly. I can outrun the big, bulky guy.
Right, no, I'm just saying it was a big, strong dude. So I wasn't going up there because I had no chance. Like if he grabs me, it's over. And you're like, yeah, here, you want to hold it? Sure. And then he grabs my neck, I'm dead.
Like, you're holding it through your neck as he's carrying you around, and not the way you planned. So
I mean, the neighborhood I was driving through, I get why he was carrying a sword.
Bad neighborhood.
It was a bad neighborhood, yeah.
There's a few of those in this day and age.
It was somewhere not in Atlanta, outside Atlanta, near a bus stop. You know, near bus stops usually.
Oh yeah. But bus stops bring out all sorts. And sometimes, as Sharon, if you're watching this show, understand the reference, you'll find a dancing man. And that is why I call people who are so high, they're dancing around. Oh. I call them dancing men.
Who's the guy we called in Springfield? He had a nickname. Everyone knew him. I can't remember.
If you go to Springfield, like, I don't know, last time you were there, if you go downtown now, near the Basketball Hall of Fame, it can get a little interesting.
I was there in March.
Yeah. So it gets a little interesting.
I had a couple guys I ever tell you that? At the package store in Connecticut, making fun of me?
No.
So they were making fun of me because I had a wolf shirt. It was the wolf shirt my mom got me. They said, "Oh, you're not from around here, are you?" I was like, "Oh, no, I mean, but I grew up in Springfield." And then they kind of backed off a little, and they're like, "Oh, yeah." It's like, "No, dude, my mom got me the shirt. Like, I'm wearing it for her." I don't know if they're gonna beat my ass or they're like, "Oh, he's
Yeah. You don't know if they're gonna try to beat your ass.
right."
We are both trained at this
It
point.
was a package in the middle of nowhere. Like, it could have been a great. It was dark, so I had no idea. It could have been $1 million homes on the outside, or it could have been in the. I don't know. It was in Connecticut,
Right.
because you can't buy alcohol in Connecticut at a freaking store. Well, at a regular store.
Yeah, they have package stores up there.
Right, packaged, but liquor stores for those of you from the South. So
It's package store, not a South. I don't drink, so I don't know all these references.
it's not. You say that all the way from Maryland. So this is for Cindy and Cindy's family, who's from New England originally. Where do you put up in Massachusetts? I'm trying to do this without giving it away. Where do you put the trash? Like when you take the trash can and you put it out for the trash, where do you put it?
Can? In the trash can?
No,
trash
where
can?
do you put the trash can in the trash can?
Oh, you talking about the trash can itself?
Yeah.
I mean, put it to the curb. Like,
What is the curb called?
The curb.
Oh my god, my mom too.
Like, what do you mean it's the curb?
The tree belt.
I never called it a tree belt.
Oh, people, man, I don't think he's really from there.
I lived in apartments half my life. We don't have
Still a
trees.
tree belt.
It's the curb. You brought the trash can to the curb. That's not a northern
My
thing.
mom wouldn't say it either until I said it. She said, "Oh yeah, I know that. I'm like, it doesn't count now."
I never called it a tree belt. I've heard that. I know what you're talking about, but no, that's not a northern thing.
So we
That's
get
just
the
a you
acorns.
thing.
You have acorn fights on trees. Tree belt.
I have acorn fights. That's true.
You need trees for acorn fights.
True.
Oh,
But most of the trees I saw were visiting you.
Wasn't that far away.
Well, sometimes I live with you,
That
so
was-
sometimes it was not far away at all.
Only one neighborhood was far away.
True.
And you weren't having acorn fights there because if you missed one with the acorn, you might get shot by someone else.
Six Corners was bad, but it wasn't that bad. Most of the time, all the shooting was at night. So if
I guarantee you, if you have an acorn fight and you accidentally hit the wrong person with the acorn because you missed.
well, yeah, but I'm saying like you make it seem like people are shooting constantly.
No, I'm saying if you hit someone in the head with an acorn accidentally that you didn't intend to, there was a 50-50 shot something bad was going to happen.
That's not even the worst neighborhood I was around. I dated a girl in the I can't remember the south end or north end at this point, but that was one of those neighborhoods where I parked the car and I remember checking on the car quite often from her apartment. Like, I just want to make sure my car's still there.
Yeah, so we got off subject, but there's a couple times like people ride home for Burger King. I don't remember Sheila, the bigger. And she was downtown, went down there, and then I gave a ride home to another person one time. She said, "No matter what happens, when I get out of the car, go, don't stop." Because she thought her boyfriend was going to think I was doing something with her. I was just driving her home.
Well, that was the rule for Six Corners where I live too. A lot of people said, "Hey, don't stop," and police said it. Don't stop at the red lights if it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Just go.
Right.
Just especially if you see anyone around, you just go. And it's kind of like an unwritten rule in some of those neighborhoods that.
But I mean, this is like 7 o'clock a.m. As I was going to the party, I was just dropping people off.
Yeah, see, that's weird. That's
No, because she was worried her boyfriend was going to come
and
out.
the sad part is, I mean, you look at that stuff now, but growing up, there's a lot of, I mean, between us.
Shit, we
Nah,
shouldn't have
I moved a lot. So just so everyone knows, like I lived in a lot of different houses.
done. A lot to understate.
I went to 11 different schools, so I moved a lot. Now, all those neighborhoods that we're talking about, we lived near something like Kensington when we were young. We just didn't realize, right? So that Kensington, Gordon Street for you.
Well, that got bad later on. It wasn't bad when I was
and
a
then
kid.
White Street, Forest Park, Six Corners. Like, 'cause I've lived in all those areas, but you don't realize that they're bad until you go back afterwards. You don't realize what people have.
Well, they
until
weren't
afterwards.
as bad as when we were kids either.
Well, I think they were.
No, they weren't as bad though. Like walking from White Street to Southern Ave, not much was going to happen there.
I mean, I still remember, but ironically, some of the better neighborhoods are where more of the trouble happened. Like, I remember playing touch football in, I forget the neighborhood, but when we lived 2 streets away from each other, in your mom's second house that she bought there.
Oh, Warrington.
Yeah, Warrington. I mean, I remember they would stop the two-hand touch football in the street because Nick and a few of his friends, so I didn't give your last name. I don't know
Hashtag
it.
Springfield, Massachusetts.
Nick and a few of his friends would stop to like use crack on the other side. I'm like, guys, Like, this is football. We're like 14. Like, come on. But that was the good neighborhood. But I never saw that stuff in the bad neighborhood. Like obviously it was there, but you instinctively avoid it in the bad neighborhood
because they know they're going to jail.
But anyway,
so back on topic for our topic is it's 10 minutes talking about Springfield, Mass. That's no one watches anyways.
Yeah. So that was our topic. So our topic for today is actually going to be we're going to discuss the top 10 Google trends that are out there and get our opinions on it. So there might be some research we have to do because the trends change every day, and they change hour by hour. So
we might not get to all 10.
Yeah, we might not get to all 10. Some of these, I have a feeling there's not going to be much of a discussion about. Some we're probably going to go way off topic about. So the first one, and I'm going to read them off. Brian Harman, PGA Tour Open Championship. So part of it is going to be guessing what the trend is, and I can click on it and find it out.
U.S. Open, that's a big thing.
Yeah, I know, but did he win?
Today's the final day. Sunday's the closing day.
Right.
Tiger Red, baby.
So that's the number one. So I'm guessing he's in first place. So
he might be in first place by.
Either that, or maybe he swung a golf club
I watched
at
golf
somebody.
a lot more when Tiger was there, because he's our generation. So that's
I've never been much of a golf person. Like
only Tiger.
Although I used to watch SportsCenter more than I do, so you kind of follow it by watching SportsCenter.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I think because I used to go golfing every now and then with friends. Like, we weren't good at it. If the owner in West Virginia didn't catch you playing the first hole, you play for free.
Fair.
And that was his rule. Like, we thought we were being lied to once, and they came out and he caught us and he's like, "You guys got blah blah blah." There's another time they had a bachelor party going on inside. He's like, "Yo, if we don't see you, just play the first hole. If we don't yell you to come in, just keep going."
Yeah, I went golfing once and I shot like a 120 or something stupid. Like I couldn't even get the ball to go more than 10 feet in the air.
I'm guessing the golf course was also something else inside, and they don't want people coming in when they don't want people coming in.
Probably.
So free golf. I almost had a little hole-in-one. I was this far from hole-in-one once. Par 3, this far.
Yeah, so I never got into golf, so topic number one I know nothing about, but I will be rooting for Brian. Just in case he did some psycho crazy funny stuff.
No, I don't know. I need to know who he's winning.
You need to know who he's winning? I don't even know what that means.
I need to know who he's beating.
Who is he attacking? Like, who else is in the competition? I know one I know like two golfers, Phil Mickelson and Tiger hasn't won in like 10 years.
Well, he's probably not playing. He keeps on getting into crazy accidents. Oh, man. He would have been the greatest ever.
Oh, I mean, he's still...
The greatest,
I think
the greatest run ever.
Yeah, he had the greatest run ever. I mean, I don't know who's better than Jim.
Jack Nicklaus
is that the...
Yeah, he dominates. So it's whoever dominates. He has more... Tiger was going to destroy him. Then
that's a one-on-one sport. So, yeah, whoever has the most titles, I say is the best.
Well, you're right. It depends on the competition today, too. But the problem is Tiger was so dominant. Like, even after he didn't play golf for 2 years, he's still ranked number one.
Yeah, I mean, and people watch golf just because of it. I mean, you're a case in point. You would not have been a big golf person.
Oh, it's who's the Under Armour guy is the guy I root for. He's not Nike because Michael Vick.
I have no
That's
idea
how far that goes. If I was to say his name, you would right. He's big enough you would recognize his name, but you wouldn't be able to pick. Wouldn't be able to pick him up.
So we may or may not be rooting for. Well, I'm rooting for Brian. So go, Mr. Harmon. You can do this.
Oh.
What?
A Star is Born. Clark wins 103rd U.S. Open.
Oh, so he won. So yeah, good job, Harmon. Wait, was it Harmon who won?
No, I don't know what's going on. Let me go to ESPN. This is why golf is so hard.
There's like 8 headlines. You congratulated someone who's not trending number one. And this real time, the trending is real time, supposedly.
Let's go to subject number 2.
All right,
okay, so Brian Harman. I wonder if that's related to Mark Harmon.
Yeah, so
wins
Brian Harman. So
Open.
Congratulations, Brian. We're rooting for you. We hope you watch the podcast. And remember, I was rooting for you. He wasn't.
So who's the dude that the Star was born?
I don't know. Someone they're trying to prop up because they need another Tiger?
No, Day, Kim, Starks. Oh, yeah, the top 5. I have no clue who any of them are.
All right, so the second topic is Dua Lipa, Mark Ronson, Barbie. I'm guessing those are actors in the Barbie movie.
Barbie's an actor?
No, I'm saying Barbie's the trend, and the two people that are listed as number 2 are because of it.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't see anything.
Oh, because he does some song or dance or something?
I don't know. Barbie movie. There's a lot of people wearing pink at the theater when I went to watch Transformers. They weren't as not obnoxious as some of the Swifties from the Taylor Swift concerts were that people are complaining about. But most of them were younger. I mean, they were doing a typical teenage girl thing that you just.
All right, so I think this is because Mark Ronson sang a song Dua Lipa wrote in the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I don't care.
So, but apparently people do because number 2, the Barbie movie looks god awful. I guess it should. I'm not exactly their target audience.
They're doing something. There's some political controversy. I don't even know what that could be.
Everything, as I said, we talked about this a little yesterday when I watched Sound of Freedom movie. Absolutely fantastic movie. Will tear at anyone's heartstrings. It gets negative press, and Barbie gets positive press. Like I don't understand it. It is what it is.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. Cindy was telling me something political, but I can't remember. Like, it was the stupidest thing. It was like Barbie's political.
Yeah,
Can we
because
stop
of
making
China.
these kids?
Because they gave a territory. They listed territory that's
right.
disputed
You were the one
under
telling me
China.
about that.
Yeah.
Stupid. Like,
Yeah,
come
so-
on. Can we stop making stuff like Little Mermaid and Barbie movies political?
Yeah, just let.
If
Well,
you
I
like
would say like kids, but is that movie even for kids? I don't even know. Like
Barbie?
I'm assuming.
it is.
I'm assuming it's for like.
There's a lot
little
of
girls
adults
out
there with the groups of kids. That
Oh
I'm
yeah,
assuming they
I
saw
mean,
the previews.
they're not going to drop 6, 7 years olds off to hit the movies by themselves. See,
Oh,
so
no,
adults
they
aren't
will.
gonna be-
In Colonial Heights, they will.
Oh, they shouldn't. That's
Cindy used
stupid.
to have kids all the time, and they're coming in and out in movies and young people.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Better parenting. Flashback, better parenting. All right, so the third topic, because I don't want to spend that much time on Barbie, is Detroit Tigers, Eric House, catcher, San Diego Padres.
What?
That is the 4. Detroit Tigers, Eric Haase, Haase, catcher, San Diego Padres. So he must have done something against. I'm guessing he's the catcher for Detroit. And again, I used to watch a lot more baseball than I do. Basketball and football, I know all these names. Baseball,
If it was a pitcher,
I'm disappointed
I would
you
say
should know.
there's
You
something
should-
done.
I'm guessing he's the catcher for Detroit.
Dude, I don't watch Detroit or that. I don't
You're
watch.
the baseball guy out of us.
You turn baseball on August, September. The first 4 months, it doesn't matter.
All right, so now we got to figure out what this guy did.
No, we don't.
We do.
He did nothing.
He did nothing?
He did nothing.
All right, well, apparently he did nothing, so we're moving on from him. So topic number 4.
So hang on, James Patterson. If you know what he did, if you're a Detroit Tigers fan, let me know. I'll tag you in it or something. I don't know.
All right, so number 4, Open Championship protest, Royal Liverpool Golf Club. So what do you think the protest was
It's
about?
probably something to do with Live Golf.
Well, is that,
People have a problem with Saudi money being put into golf, but now it's Saudi money put into everything else. So I don't even understand. Like, I get the reason to hate Saudi goes to 9/11, but you can't pick and choose which things you have problems with. Like, if a golfer's taking $50 million and he doesn't have to win, like if someone came and offered me $50 million, like China, like North Korea said, hey, we're gonna give you $50 million to play golf in the U.S. I'd be like, okay.
so these trends are very misleading because all it is that's where the PGA Open Championship was.
So it's a protest.
Yeah, so it's
I guarantee it's a Live
some
Golf.
protests no one cared about. And ironically, I'm sorry, Google Trends, when I Googled your topic, nothing came up. I just want to point that out. Your number 4 trending topic. I Googled to find an answer and nothing came up.
We're being stopped. But everything political right now with golf is Live Golf because they're backed by Saudi. The
Alright.
PGA Tour, after yelling at it, so I know this is not about golf. After the PGA Tour yelling at its players, saying you're not going to be allowed in if you play for the Live Tour, blah blah blah, doing all this stuff and telling people not to do it. I mean, like Phil Mickelson was being paid a huge contract, and then the PGA Golf then accepted the Live tournament because Live tournament
Right,
said we're going to pay
yeah.
you money, and they said,
Oh, okay.
like, don't tell someone that they can't take $50 million. Like I said, I would take $50 million from North Korea. And I hate North Korea. But as long as I don't have to be in North Korea, if I'm playing golf in the U.S. for $50 million, I'll do it.
Like maybe I'll donate $10 million of that to help the people in North Korea. But yeah, I'm taking money too.
That's what I'm saying. Until you even offered that type of life-changing money, you can't blame people for taking it.
Yeah. All right, so the next topic I'm guessing is soccer. And I feel I am naturally a sports guy, and I feel like I'm not through these conversations, but it's not the season.
Our U.S. men's soccer team is really good this year.
Good. I hope we kill everyone. Not literally. People don't take that literally.
Well,
All right,
that was-
Paris Saint-Germain FC. Germain FC. Sorry,
What? German or Jermaine?
Germain. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Jermaine.
know about that. It must be some European league.
So, good job, Mr. Soccer Person. We're moving on.
Oh, I'm not Mr. Soccer Person.
I pointed at the camera.
Oh.
Whoever this guy is, whoever that team is, good job. You did something. We care about you.
You did something somewhere.
All right, number 6, 2023 United Kingdom this morning. See, this is just talking about the. I'm assuming it's just talking about.
Wait, the U.S. Open isn't in Liverpool. U.S. Open's in the U.S. It's called the U.S. Open.
I didn't say the U.S. I said the Open Championship.
That's the U.S. Open.
Oh well, this thing said it wasn't. See?
Oh, maybe that might be tennis.
Maybe.
Well, no, it's the golfer won. Golfer won the tennis tournament.
So, why is Good Morning Britain not on TV this morning?
Because it's Sunday.
Oh, apparently it's a big deal.
I don't watch. Is this like the top trends in England or is it the U.S.? Because everything you said so far has nothing to do with the U.S.
Yeah, I'm going to move on to the next one because apparently it's just all these tournaments that are just worldwide. It's just Google. All right,
Google.
so next one,
This is your
Ron DeSantis.
there we go. Political shock.
AB InBev Bud Light, Florida Republican Party. So I hate the way they group these things together. It makes it impossible to know which piece of this is
Did he decide not to drink Bud Light too?
Well, I'm sure. I know he had something.
Florida anti-Bud Light. I can picture that.
I know he has an inquiry into Bud Light or something like that. Let's see. So DeSantis announces inquiry into Bud Light's parent company over partnership with trans influencer. So shock. He's going to like
DeSantis. I like a lot of what he stands for. What are you doing? Why are you fighting this fight? Like, why is anyone fighting this fight?
Because of pension funds.
It's a private company. They can do whatever they want to do. And by the way, just because you stop buying Bud Light doesn't make you homophobic. Jesus.
Yeah, so the next two are both...
Oh, and buying Bud Light doesn't make you pro-transgender either. You're buying a fucking beer.
Yeah,
it doesn't do anything for anyone. Stop. You're not making an impact buying or not buying.
Yeah, because, I mean, let's be honest.
I mean, Bud Light's taking a huge loss.
Oh, yeah. I mean, didn't they lose like $100 million or something stupid?
Out of like $1 billion, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, the stupid thing is people went from Bud Light to Modelo.
Do they own Modelo?
The same company, it's under the same umbrella.
So all you did was get some president of one side fired and someone promoted on the other.
But it's funny because the racist people went and bought what they thought was Mexican beer to protest. They didn't realize it's still under the same umbrella, but like, how does that work? Like Transformers, when the guy's talking about the Mexican robot, he's like, "That's racist." He's like, "You're a robot. How is that racist?"
All right, so we're moving all the way down to 14 because the next 5 topics are all FC and soccer things. So at 14, Phoenix Mercury. So
WNBA.
I see you knew. I was going to test you to see if you knew WNBA.
Which I probably know more about the WNBA than the people protesting. They don't make enough money because those people protesting don't watch the WNBA. If they watch the WNBA and still the Bachelorette, the players would be made a lot more.
Yeah, and I hate the whole concept of, LeBron makes more than the whole, or you pick a player. That's
Brittany
just
Griner, because everyone knows that name.
Makes more than the whole WNBA and or whatever the case is. Again, it's all about how much you bring in. I know probably a handful of people who watch WNBA. I'm one of them. I'll watch it.
The WNBA,
but it's not. I don't watch it with the thought that it's great. Bad. It's actually it's not very good to watch at times. But there's a few good players. There's a college player who's fantastic. Every once in a while, you have a decent player, but it's not good basketball to watch. So if you're not making money, you're not going to get paid more.
They lose $10 million a year in revenue. Lose $10 million a year. Oh, and by the way, just to shut up your stupid argument, every WNBA player makes more than I make, and I'm a man. So there you go. I guarantee you they make more than most every
and
single
Phoenix
man I know.
Mercury are trending, and they suck. They're like 4-10 or something stupid. And
it's just stupid. How much do they make? Like $250,000 a year?
Yeah, I mean,
something like that.
More than enough money to not have to go. Like the whole one of the things that bothers. Well, they have to go. They have to compete year round to make money. No, they make $200,000. Guess what? You can live off of that. Like I know it seems. Yes, they're not making $200 million like they are on the other side. But you're not going to convince me. You know what? I had to go play basketball in France in the summer, because I was having a really hard time paying my bills off of that $200,000.
Well, why don't they go get paid by private companies to do commercials? Oh, because no one knows who you are.
Yeah, there's a few.
The sponsorships, like they can make a killing in sponsorships. And the proof of that is UFC women make a killing in sponsorships. They make more money because people like Amanda Nunes draws. People tune in to watch that shit. That's why Ronda Rousey changed women's sports. But you have to watch it, and if you don't watch it, and you want if you're mad because I won't watch something you want me to watch, but you won't watch it, just fuck off.
Yeah, and I said I have no ill will. Like I wish them all the success in the world. I mean, no one loves basketball more than me. I'll watch European basketball. I'll watch WNBA. I won't watch European. I mean, I used to watch. I've watched high school games just because it was on ESPN. Yeah, I'll watch any of it because I just love basketball that much. I don't care what it is, where it is. I'll watch it. I said I watched a Turkish league game a few months ago that was recorded. And I watched every single second of it. It didn't have one star in it.
It's crazy.
But it's basketball.
Can you imagine how bad the 10th player is and the worst team in WNBA? I
mean, I'm willing to bet the worst person on the WNBA would still probably beat us.
No. They've had videos where it's like stars and they're just playing random people and they get burnt.
No, I get that.
They don't have the height, dude.
Yeah, I know. And I say this I remember back in Putnam, that was the high school I went to, I was playing against someone in gym class. I didn't make the team my freshman year or anything like that. So I didn't make the team that I tried out for. And on the girls' side, she was a superstar. She broke all the records in the city and stuff. And I believe her name is Yolanda. I could be having it wrong. So when we were playing in gym class, I thought, she's going to school me and stuff like that. It was the first time I'd played against a girl. And I was so surprised when I just killed her. And I was, me, in ninth grade, I was like 5'1". So it's not just a height thing. No, I remember I beat her like 9 straight times because she was getting so mad. But it wasn't anything. So you learn that, hey, everyone has talents and abilities. They're great for their talent level. Like, you take the worst person in the NBA versus the worst person in WNBA, and the NBA person is gonna dominate them. I have no doubt in my mind. But I will give a little credit. It's kind of that thought process. The worst person in the NBA, would we have a chance? You like to think so in your head, but there's not one person in the NBA I beat. None.
No, I used to say, what was his name? Derek Fisher. Yeah. I could always beat Derek Fisher. That was a running joke. But yeah, no, I mean.
No, if I can have the knowledge I have now about basketball with the athletic ability I had when I could dunk for a little while, I'd give myself a chance against
the soccer tournament in Europe for the $1 million winner, where a bunch of 40-year-old dudes rocked the best woman put together in that tournament that were actually major professionals. They destroyed them. It was like 7-0, and they started goofing around.
Yeah, I know. You see it in tennis, too. There's been a few instances. And again, I'm sure there's sports that girls would kill guys at, and it's just we're talking about genetics, and there's just an advantage.
Do really good in ultra running, and they win a lot of ultra running, but still the professional are just better.
Yeah, I know some, and shout out to Jessie if she's watching this. I know she beats dudes in decathlons all the time, and I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, women can beat men.
I've run with her and stuff like that.
The same level. Like any UFC women's fighter is gonna kick my ass in a fight.
Oh yeah,
there's no fucking doubt. The woman on the Ultimate Fighter would probably kick my fucking ass. Yeah. I know how to fight. It's a different level of training.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's just genetics. I mean, if your body is bigger, stronger, faster, you're going to have an advantage.
However, if you pick some random woman from Walmart, she's probably not going to kick my ass.
Yeah, probably not. Well, to be fair, the random woman at Walmart probably would kick my ass because I wouldn't hit her back. Now, if she was stabbing me or I felt in danger, then I might lock her in a car.
I don't think she'd ever be able to connect.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe the random woman at Walmart. I mean,
I'm not worried about Walmart. Maybe Target.
When this happens, can I record you fighting a woman at Walmart?
Sure.
But if you hit her, I'm gonna have to stop you and
So, not that we're doing topics.
Well, there's the trend names fail because they're all the same thing, just trending in different ways.
We're at 29 minutes. I guess we could do a separate thing, but at what point in time is it okay to hit a woman?
Never.
Unless
your life is in danger.
So there is a time when it's okay.
When your life is in danger. When you legitimately. So here's my take on it. If a woman is coming at you It's okay to lightly disarm, take down, grapple. You can do that sort of stuff to disarm somebody, right? So someone's coming at you. You don't know how dangerous they are. It's okay to pick up a woman, put her on the ground so you can disarm her. It's okay to, if she has a weapon and your life is in danger, then yes, it's okay. Or if you signed up and she said, hey, we're going to give you $50 million to get in a ring, and she really wants to, and she's swinging at you for real, I guess it's disrespectful not to, but I still could. I don't think I could. I think I'd just probably end up letting her knock me out.
I'm just saying, like, at what point
in
time?
But there are some, like, Master Varner, if she's sparring me, she could do it, and there's sparring and stuff like that.
We're not talking about allowed.
She's a better fighter than me, so, like, I'd have to actually go at her.
I'm saying, so you're at a checkout, and some woman just starts swinging at you and hits you a couple times. At what point in time is it? So if I went up to, this is what I hate, is if I went up to a bigger dude and I said, fuck you, and I slapped him, I'm expecting I'm going to get hit back. Even though the size difference, he could be, they said this on recently on one of the videos, The Rock. I walk up to The Rock and I just smack him. It is okay for him to hit me. There's no doubt about it. The size difference, everything. Yeah. It is Frank Mir, I walk up to Brock Lesnar and I slap him in his face.
You deserve to get hit back.
It is expected. However, if a woman comes up to me and smacks me in my face, it is not expected.
But that's just the way it is. Like,
but why?
Because, again, well, one, everyone should have respect for a female.
No, they have to earn it. No, we're done. The whole masculine woman trait thing.
But I don't abide by all that.
It doesn't matter.
To me, you can disarm, you can grab, you can hold. Like, if a woman is coming up slapping me,
you're going to get just so much trouble for that.
There's that much of a difference, I'm going to hang on and make sure.
But now she's going to accuse you of sexually assaulting her.
Not if we're in a
Yes, absolutely. She's going to say he grabbed me and he was holding me tight to his body and I could feel him.
Then that's a punishment I'm willing to accept.
So you're going to go to jail, you're going to lose your job, you're going to lose your family, all because you try to be
nice? I'm going to do that before I punch a woman? Yeah.
No, because assault isn't nearly as bad as sexual assault.
I would much rather, well, one, there's going to be video evidence.
That doesn't matter. She's gonna say he had no reason to grab me.
But again, I can look even if I go to jail, I can look my kids in the eye and I can say it's still the right thing to do.
No, I don't care about.
Sometimes the right things to do have the wrong consequences.
This could have been a whole topic. So we're going over because my responsibility is to protect myself and my family, not other people. I'll spend a weekend in jail to protect them. However, I shouldn't have to lose everything because a woman's gone nuts and is attacking me.
Well, I'm not saying it's okay for, like, somehow I went to jail because the police believed this crazy woman. Like,
well, that's all it takes. Is once you're charged with it, that's all it takes.
Right, and that's a different issue because there's a lot of things on that scale.
But if you
about
get
being a guy, that's just, it's not fair. Like, it's the whole, if I open the door, and this has happened to me plenty of times going to work. I've opened the door for females. You have some females who go, oh, thank you. And they walk through the door because that's what you're supposed to do. You hold the door open for a lady. I have had ladies look at me, and I've had ladies get mad at me. I've had them say mean things. I don't need you. Usually it's something along the lines, I don't need you to hold the door open for me. Yeah, I'm not doing it to be disrespectful.
I've told Cindy the stories, and she's like, I don't really believe it. Like, it's crazy because I just hold the door for anyone. Like, anyone's coming behind me. Guy, dude, I don't.
So
really
if it's a guy, I hold it open kind of as I'm walking through.
Well, if I'm already holding the door and they'll come through,
if it's a girl, I mean, if they're together, but guys, I hold the door differently.
I'm just saying, I'd rather be charged with just random assault for protecting myself than have sexual assault for protecting myself.
So I don't think you're gonna. I think you're reaching there for the sexual assault in that situation.
In our society,
no, because
you held her against you.
I held her because she was attacking me.
But you held her against you. That's all they're going to say.
I think you're reaching with that one.
I don't think I'm reaching. I wish someone would watch and let us know.
All right. So anyone who's watching, let us know your thoughts on two things. One, is it ever okay? I say no. He says there are situations.
Well, no, hang on, because you do say yes.
Okay.
There is a time.
If your life is in danger.
Right. So is that just it? So you can't do here. Your life is in danger here. Somewhere in here is the point where I'm agreeing. Like if a woman's just trying to attack me, she can't hit me, then I'm not going to do anything. But if she starts hitting me, like I'm in a corner and I'm just being hit, I have no choice.
You can push her off. You can grab her. You can.
No, I'm ending it. I'm ending that situation. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not.
Even if my life, and this is probably to my detriment. Even if my life is in danger,
so
I'm still gonna end up holding back, and I'm probably gonna die because of it.
What if your kid your younger one, is with you, and she's attacking you.
If I feel like his life is in danger, I'll make sure that I'm probably.
How is his life not in danger? Because if she takes you, if she gets lucky and knocks you out because you're just not willing to hit her, and now you're knocked out, you can't protect them.
Well, one, I don't think she's gonna knock me out. I mean,
You don't. I mean, she
but
has
two,
brass knuckles. Or
I'm gonna tell my kid to get out of there, and I'm gonna charge her, and I'm gonna grab her. If I get stabbed or shot in the process, cool. At least my kid gets away.
I'm protecting myself. I'm protecting my family. I don't give a fuck about the moral values anymore.
Yeah. Now, let's throw it
'Cause
completely
the
out
woman
there.
should not
if a
be
guy
attacking-
comes out there and starts something, it's on.
Well, right, but I'm just saying, like, women should. They have this safe spot now where they. Before, you wouldn't hit a woman, but they wouldn't attack you. And now women are attacking men in public, and men are getting destroyed over
now,
it.
I will
when they
get
protect
controversial
themselves.
on this. Okay. If it is a guy dressed as a woman, the rules of engagement
What is
change.
it?
If he calls himself a woman, but it's a dude, and he's just as big as.
But he is a woman and just looks like a dude, and you don't know.
Well, if I don't know it's a woman, then sorry for you.
But I mean, so I'm just saying, there's levels. There's levels of it. I mean, you can get the whole like everyone is pro-life until a certain point. Like even the pro-choice people at a certain point, 99.9% of them.
Yeah, there are those
pro-life.
crazy ones
Like
who-
it's like okay, 1 minute before she gives birth. Most people are like, yeah, no, dude, no. As the baby's coming out,
There's
you
some
can't
that
drop this.
do that approve it after.
Yeah,
birth.
yeah. There's some.
Which is crazy.
Governor Northam
Yeah.
was big in that in Virginia. No one believes me, even though I played the video of him saying that. They're like, that's not what he meant. It's exactly what he meant. He said many times that's what he meant because he thought that's how he was getting his votes.
All right, but we'd like to hear your opinion on these things, so do weigh in,
We might do the whole topic next week.
yeah, maybe. All right, so chime in. It's been fun.